Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Monday the 4th of September, we've got some new mods and we've got some updates. The map, Eureka Farmers by TNT Modding, has had quite a considerable update. It does need a new save game. There's been some crops types added to it. Jam factory, it's added rye, millet, lavender, carrots, onions. Lavender oil pallets to the oil processing plant, soybean straw and bale. Canola can now leave a straw swath. The animals have got new feed systems, including silage and all sorts. There's a whole load going on there. So if you're playing on it or want to play on it, check out the changelog. There's a lot going on. The Unia Titan 6 by Claas and Arek. The PB3 0x1 by Blend Art, Kolchosnik Jr., TT Check Modding and Agro Sketch, the Deutzfahrt Fixmaster 335 Kun FB3135 by Arek, the Quick Bale Tools by Farmari99, and the Barn with Cowshed by Arku have all had updates. In front of me we've got the Placeable Big DogHouse, a little bit bigger than standard, 8.37 megabytes download. It's by doodoo. It is 6 slots, 500 to buy. As you can see, the standard one's normally sort of half the size of that, but that's pretty cool. Dog's called Nifty. Love it. I thought I'd already filled the bowl. It's about somewhere. Here we go. Happy as Larry. Same as usual, you can pick up the ball, you can throw it. It'll go and fetch it, it'll go and bring it back. You can, as dogs usually do in game. You'll find it under build mode, under animals, under others. Slot count was 6, comes down to 1. You can only place 1 on a map at a time. It's about somewhere. That's Placeable Big DogHouse by doodoo. Next we've got the Wooden Barn. This is by Edziaszek, or Edziaszek, sorry. It is 6.68 megabytes download, 8 slots on console, 30,000 to buy. You'll find it under build mode, you'll find it under sheds. Right on the end, slot count will come down from 8 to 1. Nicely textured and detailed, it's an old shed. Light switch is at the back, just here on the post, I did find it. On and off. But we also have got, it's designed for small stuff, small vehicles, storing of pallets and bales, that kind of thing. You have got a section upstairs which you can't get to unless you move the ladder. Now the ladder can be moved to one side, as you can see here, to allow you to drive through or put in here, whatever you're going to do. But then when you want to go upstairs, move the ladder to that point, and then you can get up and you can get into the top bit up here, into the hayloft or whatever you want to use it for. That's pretty cool. That's the Wooden Barn by Edziaszek. Next we've got the Shed and Hayloft. This is by LS Design. Now this is not a hayloft in so much as a silo for storing grass and hay. It's a hayloft as in you've got a bit where you can put bales and that kind of thing. 7.31 megabytes download, 5 slots on console, 10 grand to buy. Build mode and sheds just along from that one there. Slot count will come down from 5 to 1. There's no lighting in this one. It is nicely made, nicely detailed. We have got a drive-in garage section at the back for storage of vehicles or whatever else you want to store in there, which is underneath the actual hayloft section. So again, whatever you want to store in here, then we go up the stairs to the hayloft section, and this section at the front here is open for raising and lowering of whatever you want to put in here with telehandlers and various bits of equipment, whatever it is you want to use. That's the Shed with Hayloft by LS Design. Next we've got the Banana Tree in various different stages of growth. This is by naimog mod, 6.14 megabytes download, 3 slots, 4 slots and 4 slots. They're £70, euros or dollars each. So we've got without the banana plant growing on it, so the tree itself, then you've got it in its not quite ripe state like that, and then ripe state like that. As you'll find under build mode, under decoration, under others, just there. And when they're placed, they can be rotated like most things can when you want to place them. And if you need to delete them, you can go into Demolish, again the same with anything, pretty much, if you want to delete them. That's the banana tree by naimog mod. Next we've got this. This is the, I like this, this is the self-made, John Deere self-made weight by AgrarModding, 5.89 megabytes download, 5 slots on console. It's a very well put together bit of kit this, and what I like about this is, I say usually, not always, but normally a front or rear weight will go on the front and you'll have a trailer hitch on it. What I like about this is it attaches to your 3-point, but it also has a 3-point link on it, with your top link tucked to one side, so you can still attach front or rear 3-point mounted bits of equipment, which I'll show you in just a second. I've got the rear mounted one on there. You'll find this under tools and weights. Slot count on this was 5, which comes down to 1, as you can see there, 3,500 for the base model. Now it says that's options 500, but I haven't actually chosen anything yet, so it's actually 4,000 because you can't take anything off that. That's interesting. Anyway, we've got 600 is the actual frame itself, then 1,200 kilo, 1,500 kilo, 1,800 kilo is the heaviest it'll go to. Then we've got metal shield inside, John Deere, Fent or off, so it doesn't have to be a John Deere one if you don't want to. Everything at the moment is grey. Main colour we can change to anything on that palette, and then design colour, which is the suitcase weights, like that. So jump in, start it up. We can, if we go to the front, we can raise and lower the weight. There's no manual raising or lowering of it. We do have LED lighting on it, which is rather cool. Same on the rear, with our lighting on it. But as I said, if we come up to something that requires, slow that down, 3-point, we can attach 3-point link mounted things to it. Very cool. That's the John Deere self-made weights by AgrarModding. Next, this just got me baffled. Correct me if I'm wrong here. This is the 9 axles tank by Marcelo Lazarotto. 24.27 megabytes download, 2 slots on console, 63,000 litre. Now, yes, I've got it hooked up like this. This is to show you something. It comes like this. So you've got your front section and rear section. That's how it comes. 63,000 litres combined. The front tank is a 28,000 litre. The rear tank is a 35,000 litre. This will take water, diesel, liquid fertiliser, herbicide and milk. Not all together, but obviously independently. Now, so that's how it comes. As far as I can tell, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 axles. Not 9. I suppose if you added the lorry in, but your lorry might only be a 2-axle, it might not be a 3-axle. So I'm not sure. Am I missing something obvious? Anyway, that's how it comes. Now, if you buy multiples of these or rent multiples of these, what you can do is just use the front section, because the front section, as you can see, has got this drop-down section with a 5th wheel plate. So you can join multiple of the front sections together. Then when you get to your wherever it is you want to end it, you can put the rear one on. Now the rear one doesn't have a rear trailer hitch or anything like that, but that kind of is the end faceplate of it. So you can link them all together if you want to. Like I say, it does come with just 2. You'll find it under tools, under miscellaneous, and you'll see here when we go to it. There you go, just there. Click on that. Hang on, wrong one. There we go. Click on that. As I say, that's 6 axles, isn't it? I don't know. At this point, I think I'm going mad. I think I'm losing my mind. Anyway, we've got the option of Continental or Lizard tyres. Nothing within those, just those 2 choices. Main colour on the tank, anything on that palette. And it comes out metallic, so whatever colour you choose, it will come out as a metallic. Rim colour, again, anything on that palette. Although the rims don't come out metallic unless you go for the chrome or the silver at the top. I think that one might do. Oh no, that comes out white. There's license plate option on as well. Now, you buy it as a complete unit. 120,000 for the base model, as I said, 63,000 litres. Once purchased, you can sell these bits independently. So if I buy that and then come out of there, if we go to, actually go back to that and go to owned items and go down to miscellaneous, you'll see I've got a whole selection here, but we've got front tank, back tank separate. So you can sell them off independently if you want to. So if you did want to have a load of just the front sections and sell the rear sections, you can. So you haven't got to have the whole lot. You can't buy them independently, but you can sell them independently if you want to. Now these do have an axle that can be raised and lowered, so let's turn that on. We can also open the cover, front one, next one, that's all of them open. If we go to, actually what I'm going to do, I'll disconnect from there. So as you can see, this one we've got diesel and we've got herbicide. If I do that and that. That was just to show you. Like I say, those two sections at the back, that's how you'll get it. Like that. So, axle at the back there. Lower axle. Or lift shaft to raise it back up again. If we come to the very back one, there's another one there. On the rear one, lower axle. I think it's because there's a lot of weight in them already. When there's no weight in them, they sit much higher off the ground, but I suppose because they're fully loaded, and this one's got milk and liquid fertiliser in it, but as I said, you can do water as well. So, there you go. The 9 axles tank by Marcelo Lazarotto. Next, we have got these. Just here. This is the Bale trailer pack by IrrSinn Rainer. 27.15 megabytes download, 7 slots and 6 slots for these, respectively. They're not auto-load Bale trailers. We do have a few different options for tyre choice. And this one, I've changed a lot of the stuff. This one I left fairly standard, but we can change a few bits, as you can see. Now, the longer one of the two doesn't have a rear trailer hitch, but the shorter one does, as you can see. So I've hooked them together like that, but obviously you don't have to hook them together. You can run them however you like. That's entirely up to you. But if we go to our tools and we go to Bale loaders, so the shorter of the two, 4,500 to buy for the base model. Slot count will come down from, what did I say it was? 7 down to 1. The second one, 9,500 for the base model. Slot count comes down from 6 to 1. So, options on this. We can have configuration, just platform, so you can put anything you like on it. Round bale option, like that. Universal, like that, square or round bales. And back to platform, I went for that because it's got the wooden bits around it, so I can show you the options for the wooden bits. Then we've got, for wheel setup, there's quite a few here. I'm not going to read them all out. We start with the Crosstrack HD3, and then we go through all these options. That's as close as I can zoom in, unfortunately. So, and back to there. Then we've got lights, default or LED. Then we've got fenders, yes or no. Main colour does the chassis underneath, like that. Platform colour does all around that. Doesn't actually do that, the wooden section, but it does that section around there. Structure colour, if you've gone for structure on this, it does the stanchions, the supports, like that. Wood colour does the wood around the sides, but not the actual platform itself. So as you can see, the wood colour there, I can pick anything on there. If you want to go for a more wood looking colour, you can, but anything on that palette. Rim colour, anything on that palette. And then license plate option 2. So quite a few to choose from. And then we go to the 3-axle trailer. So again, platform, round bales or universal. Same tyre, oh actually no, this hasn't got the same tyre choices, it's only got 2. This has got the hybrid HD3 or HT3. Those are the 2 choices on that one. I'm glad I remembered that. Then we've got design default or LED lights, that's on the back again. Same options for main colour, platform, structure colour, wood colour, rim colour and license plate option as well. So if you want to change all those again you can, but if you've gone for round bales, if you change the structure colour on this, it only does the bottom sections, not the support legs on those. So those are the very, very bottom bits there that have turned green, but it doesn't do the rest on that one. That's the only difference I could see really. And as I said, straps can be done from externally. You've got straps that way and that way. This one's only got straps that way, doesn't have them that way, because I suppose it's designed for round bales. They're designed to sit on there like that, so you wouldn't necessarily need them to go that way over, but yeah. And as I said, not auto load, just standard. So if I jump in there, if you look at the menu, nothing for auto loading at all, but straps on and off, and on this rear one, like so. Fairly straightforward. That's the Bale trailer pack by IrrSinn Rainer. Next, we've got this. This is the Claas Corio 675FC by Melody98, 4.11 megabyte download, 5 slots to 5 slots on console, 4.7 meter wide. This is a folding corn sunflower header. You'll find it. Oh, it's warm here today, 29-30 degrees. My brain's fried. Sorry if it's like I'm forgetting things as I'm doing it. I do apologise. So, the Corio 675FC, 40 grand. Slot count comes down to 1. We can have standard attacher type for most harvesters, and then you've got the Lexion 400 Dominator series. Actually, nothing seems to change on the model itself. But anyway, main colour, we've got this, what I consider standard Claas green, and then we've got a darker green. There are a few different mods that do use that darker green, so if you want to go for the dark green, you can. This has got a really nice fold and unfold animation on it. That is very cool indeed. Out come the snoots, and when the snoots are out, it can mean only one thing. There you go. And then fold it back up again for transportation. Very nice. The Claas Corio 675FC by Melody98. Next, we've got this. This is the Zunhammer SK pack by User 555 and Gamer 8250. 11.71 megabytes download, 7 slots on console. This has got a 14.8 meter spread width with the splash plate. However, it does have an attachment on the back, so you can attach other attachments onto it to use it like that. When you attach the other attachments on, the hose attaches and the splash plate disappears. So you don't have to have different options for that. You can just do it automatically. 2 different tank sizes on this with a few different options. A little bit of an animation here if you want to go for a bit more realism. We do have the option as well for double application, spreading for slurry or digestate. So you'll find this under tools and slurry tanks. There we go, the SK out on the end, 66 grand. Slot count comes down to 1, 180 horsepower required. We can have it with a 15,500 litre tank or the 18,500 litre tank. We've got the option for Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. On Trelleborg we've got a standard, standard. Under Michelin we've got standard and wide. BKT just wide, Vredestein just wide, Nokian narrows, and back to Trelleborg again. We've got design 1, 2, 3 and 4. Doesn't add any extra pipes or anything on the sides, just puts the brackets on there, then back to 1 again. Then you've got fenders, sheet or rubber, and then license plate option. Those are your choices. So, start it up. L1 and right stick side, so right stick up and down gives you that animation. So like I say, if you want to do a bit more kind of immersive when you get to a tank or something to load or unload, you can. If we just turn the slurry tanker now, it should go to 14.8 meters. There you go. Spreading no problem. That's single application rate. It's quite a bit of tyre deformation on that. Let's load up as well. I like that. That's cool. Nice bit of bounce when it's going across the field as well. Rear steer axle, as you can see, if we activate double application rates, and then we go, slows it down, but you're getting both application rates on in one go, which obviously that doesn't apply for precision farming, but in standard game mode it would do. And then, as I said, this already comes equipped with the attachment on the back, so if you want to, whatever attachment, there are plenty of slurry ones, there's plenty of modded ones, there's plenty standard in game. Missed completely. Brilliant. There we go, hook up, takes the splash plate off, and then puts it out. Now I do think we have got an option on this as well. We can raise and lower that. I'm sure we had. What was it? Right, so we can raise and lower it here at the bracket. I think it's the tractor that allows me to do the other one. We can adjust the bracket, so you can get the adjustment of the height right, because I thought it was sitting too low at the back, so we've got a bit of adjustment on there. So then when you have got whatever you've got attached on the back, as you can see, the pipe attaches, splash plate goes, and then you can just run it with whatever you've put on the back. So, nice versatile bit of kit. There you go. That's the Zunhammer SK pack by user555 and gamer8250. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. Where did I put them? Oh, just there. And we've got the new Holland T7 short wheelbase, long wheelbase. 37.07 megabytes download, 16 slots each on console for the first one. This by Agro Tonho. I always find this. There's not a massive amount of difference between the SWB and the LWB. That is what it stands for, isn't it? I'm not losing my mind. When you line the axles up, the long wheelbase is fractionally longer. With a few different options, as you can see, sugarcane version, if you want to go for that. There's a few differences between the SWB and the LWB, including the cab option on that, which I quite like. Very nicely made, sounds pretty cool too. Quite a few options with regard to doors, mirrors, seat adjustment. There's a whole load of interactive controls going on with this as well. So you'll find these under medium tractors. We'll start with the T7 SWB, 141,000 for the base model. Stock count comes down to 1. So we've got the option for radio and thermos. No, just radio, just thermos or both inside. And we've got engine setup. So we've got 177 horsepower or 217. So that's the T7175 standard or chip tuning. Then we've got the T7190 at 193 horsepower, chip tuning at 233. Then we've got the T7195 at 201, chip tuning at 241. Then the T7205 at 209, chip tuning at 249. So 249 being the highest horsepower this will go to. We've got wheel brands of Continental, Michelin, Trelleborg, Vredestein, Lizard Rice tyres, which the other one doesn't have, and then back to Continental. So on the Continental we've got Michelin, Other difference being as well between this and the other one is the long wheelbase has twins all round, which this one only has a rear twin option. Then we go on to sugarcane. Back to standard. Trelleborg. Friedestein. The Lizard, slightly more rounded tyre choice on this one. And then the Lizard Rice tyres. Now interestingly, the Rice tyre one doesn't have a sugarcane option. I suppose because it's Rice tyres, not for sugarcane. Back to Continental, then we've got exhaust standard. This is the same on all direct exhaust, short direct exhaust, back to standard. This one's got cabin old model or new model, which I don't think the other one has. Old model's got different lights, new model's got LEDs at the top, and I think it's got an option for extra ones. Rear weights, it's on the wheels, so we've got those up to 650s, and then we've got a fender option, then fender with all those weights, then all back off again. Then we've got water container is left hand side, just there. Toolbox, no, sorry, right hand side, it depends which way you're looking at it. And then we've got a toolbox, which goes just over there. Then we've got chain on the front, then we've got combinations of leading up to all three if you want all three on there. Window film, smoked 3 and then back to standard. Then we've got reverse gear, beep yes or no, don't have to have it on. Antennas left, right, both off. Auxiliary headlight, puts the headlights on there. Now this also depends on whether you've gone for the old or new cabin model. It still puts them on, but it just puts them further up. If you go for the lights, they're on the side further up rather than lower down. Does that make any sense? I hope so. There you go, you can see them going on or off there. Sorry. Then we've got attachers. Standard, we've got a weight on the front 540, 900, and then it does without rear hydraulic. So you can have the weight on there, then it takes the rear hydraulic off, and then it goes through the weight options again without a rear hydraulic, and then goes back to standard. Then we've got the top, we can have a GPS receiver, yes or no. We've got front loader attacher, quick, power off. Numbers 1 all the way through to 9. Main colour, anything on this palette. There's some interesting ones here with Lemkin, Raber, the Berkman I went for on the other version. But yeah, it's a few different ones. Goldhofer. And then we got sort of, I say, standard. This one's quite nice. Highly polished blue and then black, and then there's a few different ones on there as well. Then we've got rim colour, anything on that palette. And license plates. So that's the SWB. The LWB, 212 horsepower, 262 horsepower, then 223 or 273, 241, 291, back to 212. So 291 horsepower being the highest this one goes up to. Now, tyre manufacturer options are the same, but this doesn't have the second Lizard Rice tyre option. If we go back to Continental, you'll notice as we go through, it does rear twin 2, then twins, sugarcane, then back. All of them have that option as we go through, that it has the twin option, which the other version didn't have. As you'll see, like that. And I think this one's the rear twin 2. Did the other one have rear twin 2? I can't remember now. So, there's a whole load to choose from. I'm not going to go through all those again because we've been through a lot of the tyre options already. Exhaust options are exactly the same. Standard, direct, short direct, back again. Radio and thermos is the same. Rear weights and mudguard is the same. And then we've got water container, toolbox and chain is the same. Window film is the same. Reverse gear beep is the same. Antenna is the same. Auxiliary headlights the same. Attachers exactly the same without a rear hydraulic. Then we go through again. Same with the receiver, same with the front loader, same with the numbers, same with the colours. So yeah, it's just the engine size really and tyre choices that are slightly different. What I will say though is if you go for twins, when you go through the weights option on this, rear weights, the first ones it puts on are on the inner wheels, and then it goes to the outer wheel, and then the fender option. So when you first do them, if you've got the twins on, that's if you're under where they are, they're on the inside wheel, then they move to the outside wheel depending if you go further. So I'll say fairly straightforward. Nice bit of flex and movement in this. Does sound rather cool as well. So general animations, let's go through this first then. Lights. No beacon. Actually, just noticed that. Actually, no beacon option, is there? There's not even LED beacons that flash. No. Horn. This one I wait for the reverse. It's quite loud. You can just about hear it. The other one I didn't. Went more basic on the other one. But general animations then. L1. Right stick side to side. Does the wheel. Like that inside. But if I unfold the tractor, it puts the wheel away and you sit back. Like a robot, but fold tractor, you're ready to go. R1, right stick side to side, does the door, and then up and down does the rear window. L1, R1, left stick side to side, does the blind, the screen inside and down. Nice sound effect on that as well. And then we have got the option here on right stick side to side, it's a bit of seat movement. So from inside, like that. Now blind as well, and then we switch to mirror animations. Now, this is the same on both. I won't show you on the other one as well, but we go inside the vehicle. So L1 and right stick side to side, that does both mirrors, just changes the direction of them, the angle of them, so you can go from portrait to landscape. That's probably the best way of putting it. Then we go R1, right stick side to side, does that. And up and down does that one, so we can move those independently. And L1, R1, right stick side to side, folds the whole lot in, so we can bring them right the way in to fold them away. Like that. I think if I missed anything on that. That one. That tilts that way. That tilts that way. Yeah, I'm sure that's it, isn't it? And that one does that, yeah. And then fold them away if you want to, yeah. Those are options, and then we go back to general animations. It does sound very cool. I like that wind up. This one didn't go for the rear alarm, but again, there's quite a bit of movement on that, and it sounds brilliant. I'm liking this. It's interesting actually. Like I say, you don't notice a lot of difference between the two, but this one looks a lot more like a T8 than a T7. I know the bonnet doesn't seem that much longer. I suppose it's the design of it as well. It's got a very T8 feel to it, but very cool. There we go. That's the New Holland T7 SWB LWB by Agro Tonho. That's it for the mods for Monday the 4th of September. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.